we were kind of chased away by storms, but we thought today was going to be nice, but I don't know what's going to happen. It's Colorado for you. Well, I have Sam and I have Travis this time, and somewhere around here is Caspian. In fact, I better call him. There he is, and he is anxious to go. All right, yep, he says let's go. So we will find out what happens. And look at how cattywampus my house, my hat is. Okay, so we will see what happens. This is something I've never really noticed all these times we've been out here. Is it seems like there's some X's down there, but it's hard to tell from this vantage point because it might be that they're further away from each other. But I find all those branches at different angles interesting. Now Sam did not bring his binoculars, so we can't glass it, but I just wanted to note that. Sam says we saw this last time, but I find it interesting that this is in the middle practically of the path and goes just standing there against a tree. Maybe the same with that one. Okay, well, we're continuing to see where that place was where we saw Eyeshine. So we're going to keep going up this way and look real carefully. Alright, so we had a little snack and water. Poor Caspian, there's no more snow, so he had to drink real water. But we found a nice little rock, and that's part of it. But the wind is kicking up, it's cloudy. But I noticed that the closest lightning strike is 256 miles away, so hopefully we'll be safe, because the three of us and the dog are not going to fit in that little rock shelter we found before. Okay, so we're going to go down the hill in a few minutes and see what happens. So we are at the spot where we were sitting on a log. In fact, here's the log. And we have concluded that this is the place, even though we can't find where we saw Eyeshine yet. But Sam is going down to test. Now, I am assuming I was sitting on the log and just panning, you know, the camera back and forth. But he is going, what? Oh, the dog's following you? So, I am assuming that it's that big tree right in front, or I'm not really sure. I have to look back through the video. But in either case, Sam has completely almost disappeared. Okay, so Sam is way down at that tree and I can't see him. So whatever it was extremely tall. Now that is not a deer, it's not a coyote. I doubt it's even a bear. Let's see.
It was in the tree.
We're right behind it. But that is probably one of the trees it was behind, one of those. And look, Sam, wave your gun up or something so we can see you. Or put your arm up. I think, and again I'll have to look back, I think it was on, where am I? That tree right there. Stop refocusing. And there is no way that even a normal human being, Sam is almost 6'1". That, and I cannot believe it was an owl or something, the way that his head turned. So yeah, I doubt that very, very much. Okay, I'm gonna go back through the original video and see where this second pair of eyes was. Okay, so I think that it was See my finger. Come on, finger. I am not finding my finger. I can't even find my finger right now. There. Okay, so I think it was that tree right up there. It's refocusing on me. So it was, I believe it was right there. Now look. Look at how far down the hill that was. That is what, 20 feet up? So it would have had to been in the tree itself. Now, was that a juvenile? Maybe. All right, so now I'm gonna look for this second tree. So we found where we think the second pair is. If you see where Travis is standing, actually, right, let's see if I can find it. Right there, I think, is where the eyes were, in back of there. And see how much shorter he is. Sam is going down there to see. He's going to raise his gun and see how tall that is. But the other weird thing is that branch right there that's crooked, it was on the ground. And so Sam set it back up where he thought it might have been. It's not quite right. But that is definitely taller than a human being. Definitely. All right, Sam thinks that it was actually further down the hill, but you could see the eye shine between these branches, and you could see how much taller.
If it was here, it would have to be 9 feet tall.
9 feet. But if it was at the bottom, it'd have to be even taller.
Or it was in the tree. I don't know which.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that's very interesting. All right, well, we have one set of eyes to find. And then we need to find where we saw the actual eye shine. Because remember, we didn't know that these set of eyeballs were looking at us. In fact, when I was sitting on the log, I looked over there and I saw some lights and I thought to myself, is that Eyeshine? But nah, that's gotta be town lights. I don't know if they were or not, but interesting. So, but we know that that wasn't a coyote, it wasn't a deer. No way, it wasn't, unless it climbed in a tree, it's not a cougar. Why would 3 cougars be in trees looking at us? That does not really sound like a cougar behavior. Okay, so now we have one more set of eyes to look for. Then we need to find where we actually saw the eye shine. We have been having a hard time locating that. The third set, and it may have been possibly a star. We're not sure, but it was somewhere behind that limb. Can you point it out again? Like there, where Sam has the stick. I mean, if there was a Bigfoot there, that's extraordinarily close, but we don't know. And it's hard for me to tell on this phone. I probably need to go home and compare it on my desktop. So I think that is the end of the part 1 of the investigation. Now we gotta go find where we actually saw the eyesight. And I was panning here and here very rapidly. So I don't know. But I know down there I thought, oh, are those... is that Eyeshine? I saw down that way, but I thought they were city lights. So we also know that 15 minutes later, we saw the Eyeshine. Now, the thing is that it's rained and snowed several times, so I doubt that we'd find any footprints, because obviously whatever it was came from here and went to where we were. So I'm gonna have a snack and then we're gonna go find the place where we saw the eyeshine. So we have found the site where we saw the eyeshine, and that is the big tree we saw that was barren at the bottom, and that is a small tree. Travis is behind that. Would you kind of wave, dear? Or put your hand up? Yeah, put your stick up. Yeah, he is behind that. So we're trying to figure out how high it was, but it could be that it was set back more than where Travis is. So that could be definitely true. Now we'll try to find the pair of amber lights that I saw. But I see the eyeshine behind that bush to the left or something. Now Travis went way down there where Sam thinks it may have been, but we don't know. That would be really tall. Travis, come back straight up here. And by the way, we are hearing voices behind us. Yeah. So we may be having another adventure, not just an investigation. Okay, stop right there. So that is another alternative place where it could have been. But if you notice that that is a ridge and that goes down to the gulch where Sam and I hiked down that day, during the day. So whatever it was very tall. It was not, you know, a deer. It was not a coyote. Nothing of the sort. And whatever it was followed us from down there. Okay, so I think that we're all very tired and we heard those voices and we're gonna go back the long trail. I do know that once we saw those eyeshine, we went up a big hill like that, so this really probably is it. But we'll have to get home and look on the computer screen because it's really hard to tell. I'm just gonna flash through the area again. You can come back, dear. You can tell that whatever was down there had to be really tall, or maybe in a tree, but I don't know. And then that other one was behind that tree, and I feel like there was a third one, but I'd have to look again on my computer. So that is that. We found the place. So Sam said that they followed us, paralleled us, but that was several weeks ago. Let's see, it's May. That was a month ago, over a month ago. So it's rained like crazy since. So I don't think we'd find anything, but there is a tree break, which I find interesting. But I think now we are going to go back, but it definitely points to the fact that whatever it was either in the tree pretty tall up, or it was very tall. Okay, and we have a very bored dog. A very bored dog. He doesn't like this investigation stuff. Okay. With a very dirty face. Look at that kid. That's funny. Okay, so we will see what happens next. All right. The distance. The distance from where I was standing to those trees, what do you think?
About 40 feet.
About 40 feet. And I don't know. I think that green branch, I think it was to the left of that green branch. How high is that up? The green overhanging branch.
Oh, about maybe 11 or 12 feet.
Uh-huh. And if it was even further down the hill, I don't know. Okay, well, that's very interesting. Now there's that camping spot. And I just heard a thud. Or was that a... Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Was it a gunshot?
Well, I don't think so.
But you heard that thud. Well, anyway, I was going to say, backpacking back in here and setting up a tent by that ring of stones, that certainly would bring us in proximity to whatever we saw. But that would be quite a trek with backpacks and up and down these hills. This is why I said that this trail is brutal. Look at that hill. And we just came up one like it. And the night that we came back to the car after we saw the Eyeshine, we were paranoid that whatever it was following us. So getting up these hills was no small feat. And then over here I'm seeing a lot of interesting branches. I just noticed that some of them were X's. I don't know. Oh, and then Sam heard a whoop back that way when we were over that way. Okay, well, conquer another mountain. We're sitting on the rock again, had a snack. Gave the poor pathetic puppy some sausages since we ran out of dog treats. But we are about a little more than half a mile from the car. Lots of up. It's a very, very exhausting trail, as you can see. So we're going to go on, and I'm looking forward to just sitting on the couch and being a couch potato. So I'm going to do a call. My throat is parched, so I don't know how well I'm going to do, but this is my therapy. I have had a week, a couple of weeks, a month, years of dealing with clients that want so little design done, and other people, professionals who don't act professional, and so I need some therapy. So therefore I'm going to do a call. Here we go. Oh! not on our tail. Now they will be. All right, so I'm gonna go back. We're almost to the Coyote Ridge. There is the tree, the aspen tree that Sam did his wood knock on, and we got a response. So yeah, that's the ridge that has the trail that goes down to the valley. But so that means we have this and the spot, a big long hill with the fort and the rocks, and then our car. Okay, so let's see what happens next. We are hearing some strange sounds like a drum. And now that I have the video on, it's quiet. It was like a drum sound, like wood on wood. And before that, we heard a honk from a big truck and all sorts of strange things. Now, not too far from there is that fort. I'm going to keep this on in case. There it is. Shh. It's like it's intentionally quieter. I don't think those are gunshots. Oh, this is the fort right here. Of course, I did let off that yell. I don't hear it. Strange. It didn't sound like gunshots, and it had a rhythm. And it was loud and so soft. Like loud, soft, loud. I don't know. The sunset. Did you hear a whistle? I thought I did. I think this is the last big hill. as exhausted. So am I. Those rocks mean we're almost there. The drum sound was so weird. I like how Caspian went in the middle of it. He's a mountain goat. The road isn't very far either. Oh yes, there's one more big hill. I forgot about it.
One more?
Yes.
Another one?
Yes. Alright, I'm going to catch my breath before that big hill. Go ahead and tell the viewers what happened in New Mexico a long time ago when you were first investigating.
Some repeated hammering and knocking. Do 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 do, and they would, it was similar, like they would kind of reduce the power of the strike.
Yeah. Wow. And this was in the Montana Mountains. Okay. And I haven't heard it since. All right, time to tackle the last big hill, and we have decided that we're gonna go to Arby's. Forget cooking dinner when we get home. It's after 8 o'clock. Okay, here we go. We are at the car, as you can see, and I'm really glad we didn't have to hike up that. A lot of times we hike up at the top of that hill, or we park at the top of that hill. There's a beautiful sunset, and this has been a tough hike. I don't know what's harder, hiking up the valley or hiking up the trail. And then we figured out possibly some of the heights of the Eyeshine, anywhere from 9 feet to 20 feet. I think we can rule out deer and coyote. Don't know why would 3 bears be sitting in a tree staring at us for over 15 minutes. Lots of questions. Don't have many answers, but if you watch the end after this, I'm going to compare the 2 videos that I took in the dark and the videos and photographs that I took when we were down there in the daylight today. So, and then to come back and to hear those drum sounds, that was extraordinary. And they just seem to get farther away. Hopefully I got those on the recording. But, oh, look at that sunset. That's gorgeous. Anyway, we are tired. We're probably going to go out to eat and then see what happens tomorrow. We got some things to figure out with our businesses. It's time to level up. It's time to have faith that God is going to come through. But this little adventure was much needed, and I'm glad we kind of got it over with, so now we could do some easier things. All right, so that's all. Be sure to watch after this to see the night videos from April 14th and my comparisons from today. So, this is Squatch Mom. Have a squatch-tastic day.